My name is Juan Carlos Claudio, and I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Modern Dance. My research emphasis is community engagement and service learning. So my goal is to engage students through the university curriculum to engage students in activities outside of the classroom. So they obtain more practice. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I've noticed cross generations in your course. So do you have, and like other participants as well, what is their main purpose, I guess, for being in the class, other than people living?
The younger ones.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So there I have two types of students. One of them are from the Department of Physical Therapy. So what happens, they're almost helpers. They know about the particulars of Parkinson's disease. So they know how to identify when one of our older dancers is, his blood pressure or her blood pressure is rising or decreasing, when they're losing a little bit of balance, when they come, they take their medications sometimes a little bit late in the day or very close to the time of class, so they don't have the stability, as much stability. So those are the clinicians. And the other group of students are from the Department of Modern Dance, which is more my helpers from the dance perspective. The steps, so they can follow rather than just looking at me. They have other points of
And those are
direction.
them getting more involved in their community. And
Yeah.
outside the community.
So these are even though they're not in any of my classes as of right now, they're interested in spreading dance and art into the communities.
Awesome.
So it doesn't belong just to the elite. The problem is that dance in the United States has gained that ideal for the elite, the ballerina, the stage, the one who can afford the lessons, the class. And what we're trying to do is to bring dance to everybody.
What other question do I have? So how do you think dancing affects participants living with Parkinson's disease? Yeah.
So just to give you a quick overview of what Parkinson does is there's a lack of dopamine in the brain, which is a substance that it's connected to emotions, connected to happiness, connected to well-being, to excitement. And what happens, they have a lack thereof, which does physically creates, shrinks their muscles, shrinks their bones. That's why we see some of them have lost a lot of the posture. Reduces, they have lack of emotion, even though they're having fun. You cannot see. So what it does, dance and music, what it does, I try to take them in a place of enjoyment, pleasure and fun, in order to release more dopamine. And by releasing more dopamine, they're able to fully extend. They come out with smiles, they come in shuffling, and by the time they're out, they can take steps. They come hunched, and after class I see, even if it's a little bit, there's a little more posture. Another thing that I believe there's this idea of dancers. We're dancers, so we have this sense, well put together, and artists, and so I want them to create that sense of empowerment through this idea. Oh, you're dancers. That's why I never say, the seniors, the Parkinson people face one way. No, I never use that. The adult dancers, so I treat them as dancers. So when they're in my class, everybody is dancer. Yeah.
Awesome. And so how long have you been doing this course?
So this project started in January.
Okay.
The logistics started a little earlier, in fall of 2014. And I took a course in New York. It stands for PD. It's from the Mark Morris Dance Center. to get a certification in how to teach, to understand the disease and how music and dance affect or alleviates the symptoms of Parkinson. So working with the older dancers since January.
Okay.
So far we meet only once a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to at least to meet twice a week. They're getting tested every 2 sessions
Mm-hmm.
from the Department of Physical Therapy. So they're taking more of a quantitative data
Okay.
about the effects of music and dance in Parkinson's, and I'm taking more of a qualitative data, observation. I have a friend of mine who comes and videos and photographs
Mm-hmm.
them. So my hope is that through the course of a year, I have a visual of how this particular individual has benefited.
Okay. Awesome. And do you have any like conclusions from that, or any
Well,
anything right now from?
not just, I have a little bit of from the ones that I'm working with.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Dan, he comes in shuffling and hunched. By the time he leaves, he's able to step. So that's one of the visual, very clear recognition, and I'm always paying attention to those. Very sensitive. Even though I'm teaching, I'm trying to wear as many hats as possible, as an artist, as a researcher, as a community leader. Also, there is a lady, she wasn't here today, Janice. She uses canes
Yes,
of
yep.
support, and her knees, she came very, very debilitated in her posture, and now she's able to stand. And
Wow.
sometimes she comes without that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and I
they-
noticed one participant, he ended up leaving without his walking sticks.
Yeah, Wes, he
Yeah.
came in with his walking sticks, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden
He
he feels
Yeah.
he doesn't need them. So
Yeah.
they leave the classroom with
Yeah.
a sense of wellness.
Yeah. So, I think we touched upon that. Did you have any other anything else that we didn't touch upon that you would like to share? We just
No.
we kind of threw a few questions together. I don't know if you have any questions about it. So,
Just hopefully this is the first dance for Parkinson's here in Utah.
okay.
So one of my goals is that by having you
Yeah.
and other students that come and visit us, and everybody's welcome. So
Mhm.
it's not just for older adults who are living with Parkinson's, but everybody's invited to come and take the class. All I ask is that they try to come more than once,
Mhm.
so that the dancers don't feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, who's this new person that just wants? And so we try to invite, everybody's welcome as long as they try to do it more than once. So, and hopefully it gets known, and we collect more data, research,
Yeah.
because there's already some research done in music and mostly tango, because they have to listen to the music, they have to be in tune because the rhythms changes. So my goal is that they have a sense of balance in one leg by listening to the music and
Yeah.
go there
Yeah.
with that passion of dancing and enjoyment. So
Awesome. Great.
you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for talking with us.
absolutely.